Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Dredge, the nautical cosmic horror game that I really enjoyed playing this summer, and which has just recently gotten a new DLC which introduces a new area, and with it, a new story. And we're heading into the frozen seas now, almost like an Antarctic expedition like H.P. Lovecraft wrote about. Huh, I was right. This music, this place, it all really has become super nostalgic for me. It's been months since I played this game, but it feels like almost like I'm returning to a childhood game or something. Now, I played a little bit of this on my own time afterward. This ship is extremely well upgraded. I believe there was even an update that allows us to customize the appearance of the boat. And I've even discovered a couple of new fish in the meantime. Let us not forget that part of the fun of this was always the gotta-catch-em-all style of seeing what strange and unnerving creatures we can pull out of these depths. That this is sort of a job simulator at the end of the day. Fishermen's gotta eat, and after a while you kind of go from being terrified of the open ocean and all the horrors within to just kind of being one of those guys who sails into port and shares stories that no one will believe. Let's just sell a bunch of our stuff, wait the night, and then have a look at our map to see just what's new. Oh no, that's strange. I don't actually see anything new. Oh, but maybe if we roam around. Ooh, there is. Oh, we're sailing off into uncharted waters, but this is much farther than any of the locations we've yet been to. Maybe this is truly unknown even to the experienced characters that we learned from in the beginning. Looks like we're going to be heading immediately south, right past Blackstone Manor. In order to make it there, we're going to want to make sure that we have our... Where was our speedy thing? Yep, haste. We're starting in the morning, but once night falls, things get a little weird around here. And we want to make sure that we're at least close to our destination when that happens. It's always really weird coming back to a game that I thought I had become really experienced with, only to then have something totally new and unexpected shoved into the mix. Oh, look at that. I can indeed see unfamiliar peaks on the horizon. Oh, and already we can see those icy coasts, along with what looks like it... Ooh, maybe an outpost? Okay, well, finding that stuff is always the most important thing when encountering a new area, but... Is this perhaps the trader? I would hope so, but there's a bit of a land component. There you are. Always happy to see you. Down here to investigate the ice field too? It seems to have appeared out of nowhere. My guess is that it drifted up from the south. It's a continent in motion. Either way, I thought I should set up a pontoon here, but when I went to stake my claim, I noticed some old equipment on the ice. This isn't you. Buried in the snow is the ruins of an old expedition. Come check it out when you get a second. In the meantime, I've got some new rods for sale. They'll be perfect for fishing in the ice around here. This is so cool. If the depths are one thing in discovering strange and alien species, the Arctic is another thing altogether. I mean, who knows what could be contained within the ice, things that shouldn't even still be alive from millennia ago. The traveling merchant has crossed over to the nearby iceberg and is inspecting the old pieces of metal. You approach. It's so weird. This stuff seems old. Like, really old. She kicks a large sheet of metal half embedded in the ice. A thin layer of snow dislodges, revealing lines of rivet holes. And come in here. Look! You follow her into a small makeshift shelter, ruined by years of harsh weather. Inside are some schematics nailed to a table, still barely legible. See how they angled these sheets? And the lining of the metal around the bow. Whoever was here, I think they were constructing an icebreaker. Can you make another one using these plans? Probably, but let me see. She trudges outside again and paces out the length of the metal scraps on the ice. We've got most of the basic materials here already, but of course we're missing the most crucial pieces. An icebreaker needs specially tempered, angled metal, as well as components designed to minimize the impact to your hull. I can't see any of those here, but whoever left all this, maybe they left other pieces elsewhere? Got it? We've got a, looks at camera, Dredge. Or maybe you'll be able to find their old ship and salvage the icebreaker they already built. That would be convenient. Anyway, to build a new icebreaker, these are the parts we'll need. Oh wow, it looks like a cow pusher on a train. Although I suppose the principle is the same. Oh, we've got our own board for new pursuits. Currently, we're tasked with finding the 3 missing pieces of the icebreaker. Oh, this is so cool. Look at these icy mountains in the middle of the ocean, a continent that arrived from somewhere else. And the one light of the Intrepid burning in the darkness. Now, what have we here? We've got the Glacial Lance. Tempered steel allows this unusually slim rod to withstand the forces of a large oceanic species. And Barbed Ice Rod. A sophisticated hook design allows it to break through submerged ice. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to replace basically all we've got. Alright, now equipped with our newfound abilities, let's set forth and see what awaits in this icy sailor's tomb. We've got smaller icebergs, which we will probably want to avoid. You guys, you're probably something new, right? Ice fish. Ah, this is so cool. We're finding all these new species. One of the few vertebrates with transparent blood. Its glassy flesh blends in with the surrounding ice. And now, of course, it's always interesting to find the aberrations, the things affected by the supernatural circumstances that have come here. But it can be just as fun just to learn about the regular things. I mean, fish are weird enough to begin with, aren't they? And our first DLC aberration, thawed ice fish. Globs of flesh drip from this fish, and its departure from the icy waters causing an instant, irreversible reaction. Wow, we are grabbing these things in absolutely huge numbers. It took a long time to deplete that. Let's see what they sell for. I mean, we are in this to make money after all, even though we have all the upgrades we could possibly want. Fish market, you guys are worth about 15 apiece, which is not bad given how many of you we can catch. There we go. Since we've arrived, we've managed to make back most of what we spent already. But those things are going to be a bit more complicated. Now, maybe we require the icebreaker to get through this. Yeah, it doesn't look like our whale-tooth bombs are going to be able to get through. Another thing I'm interested in seeing is just what dangers emerge in a place like this come nightfall. I mean, there's basically 2 versions of every location in this game. Oh, but hang on, there's something really odd looking on the horizon there. Hang on, where's our spyglass? I can't tell if that's another icy peak or the steeple of some kind of chapel. Weird how similar they look. Alright, let's be ready to move. Oh wow, this area is actually really quite wide. Okay, so maybe we get moving. Maybe we move and then move some more. Maybe being out here isn't the best thing at this very moment. I just can't stop thinking about that one hook saying it's made for large specimens in icy biomes. The distance we have to travel around this thing makes traversal really quite dangerous. But we can't get through here either. Imagine the terror that those 18 and 1900s Arctic expeditions must have felt, going to this incredibly alien-looking world that no one's been to before. And nice stopping on the reverse. Go, 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 go. And get out of here. Okay, so no matter where we go, those crab jerk guys will find some way to thrive. Oh, our sanity is taking a beating thanks to these things. We're not going to get a chance to have a look at those rocks. And poor sanity on the high seas means you start to see things! Okay, I think, we're so far away, I don't know if it would be a good idea to head back right now. There's not going to be any buoys out here for us to hide next to. Cower next to is more like it, but even in spite of all this distance, the light of Greater Marrow still shines clearly. Nope, 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 get that light back on. If we end up washed up on this icy shore, I'm eating Gilligan first thing. On top of the fog and on top of the darkness, this thing has to throw snowstorms on it. What would it be? What would a new area be in this game without some failed expeditions before you finally figure out the best way to navigate, huh? Actually, that lighthouse is the only reason I have any idea which way I'm going. I mean, sure, we've got the compass, but there we go. You spend more time looking for the really useful indicators, which are lights. Guiding lights. Yeah, tornado made of insanity. I've seen it all before. Yeah, so, didn't go well. Didn't go well at all. Listen to that music. This game always had such a way with being calming yet eerie during the day, and outright terrifying at night, while still never abandoning that sense of curiosity. It's really got the explorer's spirit, which I think is why the setting ultimately works so well. It's the terror of what's over there, but also you kind of want to see what it is. Oh, great, another one of you. You approach a hooded figure. They seem to be frozen to the spot, pale robes frosted over with a heavy rime. Fishermen. The ice. You hear their jaws snap shut again from the cold. The ice takes form. The hooded figure withdraws a scroll from their robes and unfurls it to reveal a corrupted drawing of a fish. An aberrated ice fish. Okay, well, I guess we're doing our job again. If we can find a fishing spot, they seem to be fewer and farther between on the outskirts. Oh, and you are something new as well. Lizard fish. Oh, I was just thinking, like, how cool would it be if you could actually get, like, a way to preserve your catches, like, with ice? As one of the deepest apex predators, these fish try to eat anything they encounter, including their own kind. Okay, well, I'm gonna catch a couple of yous guys, and then we'll just head on back home, I think, because we know that there are ice fish very near to the merchant. Alright, pushing on just a little bit more before we head back. Whenever I try and do this, these things decay. Look at how tall these ice walls are. There's clearly an entire continent to penetrate, and there is that pale glow somewhere deep in the middle of this continent. Wait, what about you? Are you ice fish? No, you're also something new. Ooh, wolffish. While not predatory towards other fish, they use their formidable teeth to crush mollusks and crustaceans. And probably my fingers when I try to pry you off the hook, right? It's hard to imagine the idea of potentially doing this, like, without upgrades. Like, I'm trying to remember and keep in mind that this is us almost as fast as we can possibly be going. Ooh, wait. Ice fish, and there's aberrations here. We could potentially get our catch right now. Fractaline ice fish. Crystals of ice pierce through its body, distorting scales, teeth, and fins, almost the opposite of what we encountered before. Alright, where's the dude? I've got something for him. As luck would have it. Oh, imagine just encountering a hooded figure on the ice in the middle of your beam, thousands of miles from where anything should be. Referring to real geography, of course. The hooded figure places the fish on the ice at their feet, kicking loose snow over to cover it. The stars leave the sky. Another scroll, another twisted shape. Images of aberrated sea stars cover the paper. Fallen stars. It's a type of crab. Okay, so we'll have to grab something from the merchant. But in the meantime, let's worry about getting home. These snowstorms honestly make these nights so much worse than they already were. Even when nothing's happening, you just feel such a sense of panic. What visions can you grant me? The stone trembles before you. Unknown symbols glow from within. A sudden chill rushes through the marrow of your bones, surging up your arm, your neck. A deep vision enters your mind. Darkness. The deep. Then sparks of light as tooth and spine meet horn and nail. Two primeval forces clashing at the bottom of the world. After an age, a victor triumphs, sundering the other into impossibly large remnants that ascend to the surface, slowly to be claimed by the sky. But the broken body holds power still. Threads of crimson essence reach out through the water, stretching to unite the creature once more. As the remains break the surface, ice begins to form. Are those visions of things that will be, or things that have been? Alrighty, we are gonna drop some crab pots around, probably in his area. According to this, we would get plenty here, and wow, it is quite deep. Which makes sense, considering this is all just floating out on the open ocean. Let's drop. And drop. And drop. And continue heading down the coast in this direction. Yeah, getting around this thing, I think, is going to be critical. And we have some coastal fish, but I am currently not equipped to catch them. No, you don't. You can't just spawn right in my path like that. But yeah, icebreaker upgrades certainly going to be a necessity. Do I know who you guys are? I don't remember. Oh no, you are new. Toothfish. I don't like some of those sounds I'm hearing. As one of the largest fish inhabiting sub-zero waters, this voracious predator fills the same ecological niche that sharks do. Wow. Only one in that whole area. I wonder what else is out here. At this rate, we're probably going to end up circumnavigating the continent. Oh yeah, it's going to be real difficult to get to you in the middle of the night. We're so far from anything. But there's something else over here. And I'm not just talking about the fish. Oh, you look like a goblin shark or something, but I don't want you to spoil. Yep, I should have known. All you guys are just these. I'll never learn. Alright. You look valuable. Ooh. It is a goblin shark. Oh, these things are so cool. Using a long snout and protruding jaws, this shark snatches its prey in the darkness. Who says nightmares aren't real? Oh, I can see the... Yep, that's bad, that's bad. But I can see the merchant. Okay, that was not nearly as bad as I thought. If we hurry, it is doable. Oh, I am so glad to see you. And I've got some weirdos in my cargo. So let's see what these guys are worth. The goblin shark's worth 77.88. Yeah, these are definitely a good haul. And 62 for the toothfish. Loads of money. And it seems that with the exception of our crab pots, our map still does not chart these waters. And we really are pioneers in this territory. You know, that's cool, because I felt like that was, like, pretty much the only thing that was missing from the exploration vibe of the first game. Now, sure, you were often the first person to explore in depth and live to tell about it, but for the most part, everyone else already knew about the places you were visiting. Not gonna be the case here. Now, what have we got? Ooh, a king crab. Oh, cool. We are, what was the name of that show? We're Deadliest Catching. We've deadliest this catch. Believed to be descendants of hermit crabs, their asymmetric bodies spiral to fill a long-lost shell. Is that really how they work? I did not know that, if that's the case. More king crabs. Yep, gonna be a good haul this season. But I don't think they're what we're looking for. This is sea stars. With an eye spot at the end of each arm, these stars of the deep crawl through the dim light, congregating together. If we try moving deeper this way, it looks like this does actually weave further in. It doesn't just go out on the other side. Alright, so come on. Ooh, you're a weird one. Bulbous toothfish. Vessel speed, a distended, fluid-filled body. A shadow stirs inside. Oh, like some kind of octopus parasite, it looks like. Right, it is getting a little late, and this ain't the easiest thing to navigate, but is that potentially something we can interact with? Oh, hey, it's you. Fisherman. I didn't expect to see you this far south. Well, this is a fortunate turn of events. There's a narwhal somewhere in this ice field. I couldn't get any further in, so I've been trying to take a picture from here with no luck. I tried placing some scraps of fish on that ice sheet over there to entice it, but I didn't have enough to hold its attention for long enough. I only caught a glimpse. I don't suppose you have any fish you'd be prepared to donate to the pursuit of wildlife photography. Fill the space entirely with any fish you like. I can't imagine the narwhal is too picky. I will get back to you. And maybe it'll destroy that thing while we're at it. Look at this. We can, like, only tell land from the reflections in the moonlight. Everything else is just like a blur of foggy haze. I just saw something out there. Imagine how good it must feel to be able to crawl up to this thing at night, hang out with a friend, and just kind of chill in the light of the cabin. Ooh. A prized aberration. Astral icefish. Constellations of light dance through its body, stitching fin to flesh and spine to bone. Well, I suppose there's nothing wrong with just going for volume then. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's perfect. Now, cut your engines. We need to wait in complete silence. Oh wow, we're actually waiting in silence. Shh! I think I hear something under the ice. I hope you have some very high ISO or ASA film. I don't know. That's not a narwhal. What on earth was that thing? I'm not sticking around to find out. And perhaps neither should I. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, so whatever that thing was, it was contained safely within this iceberg, and now it's loose. So good job, go us, team. I mean, it looked like it had a horn, which makes me think of those runes that we read before. And it looked like it was like glowing yellow, almost like the color palette of the glow from the continent itself. Maybe it's related? Combined with what we read, it almost makes the thing seem more like an ancient god than a weird creature. Ooh, King's Wreath. A clockwork crown of claws. A cycle of succession in the deep. Tell you what, I think we'll have your finest massive crab pot. Put that in our cargo. No, to the other cargo. There we go. And we'll place that somewhere within the new area we've unlocked. Maybe that makes a difference. Alright, here we go. Oh, and now we're on that interior. Alright, let's drop our pot. And no you don't. No you don't. This must be the first part of that icebreaker. And it looks like there's an abandoned shack further up ahead, indicating we're not the first to get this far. Okay, let's not worry too much about placement right now. Let's worry about seeing what's over here. Oh, this is like the thing. This game would pull something like that on me at this point. This has been destroyed for a long time, though. A cold wind whistles through the doorway of the only cabin still standing. Behind it, a frozen-over dig site is littered with tools and debris, definitely inspired by At the Mountains of Madness. And what mountains they are, look at how tall they reach behind us. And don't think I don't see another feeding spot in the background. Oh, it's all around an ice shard. Light pierces... What is that thing? Light pierces through the ice, intensifying and concentrating into a glow in the center. A dark form takes shape against the light. A distorted voice echoes from within. Don't disturb the ice. Who are you? Captain, the expedition, chart the ice field, appeared suddenly through the ice. And the name of the character is simply Shadow of a Captain. What happened here? It whispered, promised, stones from the stars. It knew 3 would hear, the heart beneath the ice. The voice grows louder. It commanded 3 listeners, 3 sacrifices for 3 eyes. I obeyed, but a 4th now sees, forever, futile. The shadow is silent for a time, slumbering still. Should leave. It sees you before it whispers. Okay, let's not disturb the ice before we at least have, before we've taken full inventory of the situation. Oh god, the wind is picking up outside, how appropriate. Frozen cabin. You enter the small cabin. The door long since fallen from its hinges. A rotting table sits inside. A crudely drawn map of the area has been sharded onto a scrap of paper. Yes, thank you. You attach it to your own map. A large book sits on the table. It's well worn from the passage of time, but you can still read the words Captain's Log etched into the cover. You open the book, its frozen spine cracking for the first time in decades. Captain's Log. Arrived at the floating sea ice amidst a particularly thick fog. A few channels could be seen leading into the ice, those sizable chunks floating our way, posing a hazard. I've ordered us to moor against the outer ice wall to make the engineers make adjustments to better prepare the vessel. Next. The vessel was pursued by a particularly aggressive narwhal. We're still calling it a narwhal. Some men placed fish on the ice nearby in an effort to distract it. It appeared to work, though only for a time. It resurfaced and needed satiating repeatedly. If we can't find a more permanent solution to the beast, we'll have to make sure we keep enough fish on hand to placate it. Oh no. As I lay falling asleep, the most almighty voice spoke onto me. It resounded from the thick ice below, at once both powerful and ethereal. There was no mistaking this as a trick of the mind. There was no mistaking this as a trick of the wind, nor a jest by the crew. It did not pause for response or acknowledgement, but whispered a cryptic prophecy. At first I couldn't make sense of it. 3 listeners shall hear the heart, and that I should indulge these listeners. It spoke of boundless wealth from the stars, and of eyes opening onto the world. The rest of my sleep was feverish, as my mind was plagued with the sound of the voice. It spun in my head, echoing ever louder. In the morning, the boatswain and the navigator came to me separately, claiming to have heard a sound like a heartbeat as the men were digging yesterday. Is that 3 of you? But a 4th now listens. They indicated a desire to explore the eastern and western reaches of the ice field. I shall indulge them. So it wants us to respond to our curiosity. Alright, I am not breaking you out just yet, buddy. Not just yet. We've got to look around some more. Let's have a look at that map. Okay, that is much, much better. Oh, look, it's even crudely taped over our own. Looks like there's a couple of points of interest we can investigate. So while we've still got some daylight, let's try it. We still can't get through there. There you are. And once you acquire me, you will start heading towards me. I need to run, and hope that this is enough. I may not be able to get away from you right now, but maybe docking can help. Hurry. I was not satisfied by the speed at which you hurried. Maybe I should just wait until morning? Or maybe waiting's for losers. Let's go. Let us place the first bit. That leaves 2 more. And I'm far too traumatized to care about anything else in the world right now, so let's just sleep. And I think this is going to be our last chance with these catches to get something close to him. And we've got it. Fallen stars. An assembly of asteroids conjoined in the dark. Finger-like roots stretched down through the substrate. That little noise it makes when you pick up an aberration from the trap and place it into your own cargo always makes me think of like a little ew that your character does as you pick it up and transfer it over. I'm putting a lot of effort into doing this guy early, simply because I feel like he'll probably give me some kind of upgrade that'll make this whole thing easier. Alright, I've got your thing. Here you go. You're a man of rare tastes. The sea stars are arranged in a circle on the ground. Moments later, a sinewy heel stomps down through each of them. Fall to the deep. A final scroll. This one stained in patches by some dark liquid. In the center, the shape of an aberrated stargazer peers from the page. I don't know what that thing is. we'll have to keep an eye out. I'm not seeing anything particularly new. We got anything in the trap? Yeah, only good stuff. Only good stuff. But we really need to... I hear you. I hear you. I hear you somewhere, but I don't see you! There you are! Okay. Okay, this is a bad place to be. We need a solution. I mean, we have a solution, but it's not quite enough. I don't know how much this game is going to rely on me being fast, or if there isn't maybe some kind of permanent thing we can do. You're definitely going to catch us. Yep, just being a typical Lovecraftian protagonist. Don't listen to the Iceman. Do not risk breaking. It senses through the ice, through the shadows. No hope. Break the ice with... what exactly? I guess I've got to find something. Alright, well what that means is that we need to keep an eye out for points of interest, which is going to mean going this way, which is going to mean... it's a real chicken and egg issue here. We need a way to break this ice, but we can't do it unless we break the ice. Unless we utilize our one-horned friend. I'm now realizing that these things aren't just to keep the Narwhal distracted. They're actually a way to break down barriers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Sacrificing a couple aberrations. Maybe they'll poison it. Who am I kidding? We're not going to get that lucky. And you. No more fish will fit onto the pile. One more will. That should keep it satisfied. At least for a little while. And we can move deeper still. Smart at night in these cramped quarters where we can't effectively run? Why not? Why not? Why not indeed? Look at that thing. It's like some clawed hand reaching up from beneath the ice. Ooh, and we can dock next to it. Another worker. Potentially one of the 3 who heard, one of the ones who was mentioned before. It was drawing them like it needed them in different places. You dock against a small platform of ice around a gigantic clawed hand. You are not the first to find this place. Remnants of a long-abandoned camp litter the ice. An unnatural spire of ice stands above scraps of snowed-over equipment. A dark shape twists within. A voice calls out, distant and distorted. Trapped. Forever. This prison. Get me out. Break it. Somehow. Free me. Who are you? The navigator. Find safe passage. Chart the ice. It came from beyond. Break it. What happened? The digging. The cracked ice. Like a web. Awoke. The ice heart. I told him. Whispers in the west. Took the boatswain. East. Returned alone. The dark figure shudders, sending vibrations through the ice. The next day, rode here. The captain saw the claws, gripped my soul. He insisted, made camp, shadow of the beast. Waiting for the stars in the night, I saw his shape, suddenly swallowed by the cold and the dark. He left me. Okay, well, this one wants me to break the ice. Hi, I'm Chris. I like urban exploration and video games. Now you share something. Alright, you probably want to be freed first. There are very few pieces that will still remain. Whoever made the camp here was poorly prepared. Inside a small bag, you find a leather-bound journal. Which entry do you want to read? The men spent the whole day digging. They passed up chunks of ice, some as brilliant as crystal, others of a deepest blue more beautiful than sapphires. But none held the glow we had seen in the night. However, I did note a disturbance in the ice to the west. It began as a periodic, distant rumble. As the men dug deeper, the pulsing quickened, strengthening until I could see the ice shifting on the surface. I shall have to inform the captain. It may well be that narwhal creature we saw earlier. Though this did seem much larger. What's larger than the narwhal? As I write this, I can already feel my eyes closing. It will have to wait until morning. This morning, the captain appeared out of the fog, rowing alone. Apparently the boatswain remains at the camp in the east, waiting for nightfall. They were unsuccessful in their search, but it does make sense that the lights would be more visible at night. Tomorrow we're to journey together to the west, towards the shifting ice that I reported. They were making inroads little by little, same as me. We are alone on a small island of ice. After hours of rowing through narrow channels, it rose through the fog. A gargantuan, monstrous claw, reaching from the deep. Whatever creature it once belonged to must be long dead, as the claw is frozen solid. I wanted to turn back immediately, but the captain insisted we investigate. He is on edge, his head turning this way and that, listening for the slightest sound. He is convinced something will happen after dark. They're all hearing voices, but they're all being told slightly different things. As the last light from the cold sun fades, I have the sense that it will be a long night. A long night lasting decades, it seems. Maybe we'd do well not to try and sleep here. But I am seeing two glowing pieces. And knowing full well that while we're dredging, time does pass, and something could easily sneak up on us. That narwhal is the least of our problems. Let's place part 2, only one left, and then we're good. Only question is, how are we getting to it? I just don't know. I think maybe there will be one more that we can break, probably right here. And then we'll have basically the full run of the place. Oh wait, there's probably another one here too. But this, I think, is where we'll find the other ice specter. There we are. You will make another appearance. There we are. Yeah, no narwhal I've ever seen has arms. And we can make our way in. This is even tougher to navigate, but another clawed hand. Hatching a bad thought, what if all this is just the shell, the icy outer shell of some creature down beneath? And all we're seeing are its claws poking out of its, like, armholes. That's the sweater vest of doom. There we go, that's all 3. We can start icebreaking very soon. But first, let's hear this guy's story. Another makeshift camp constructed in the shadow of a frozen clawed hand. Someone was seeking these out. An unnatural spire of ice stands above the scraps of snowed-over equipment. A dark shape twists within. Help me. Frozen. So many years. Free me. Please, break the ice. I am the boatswain. The expedition. The terror. Please, break the ice. What happened to you? The figure contorts through painful shapes. We saw lights dancing in ice. Dug deep. Didn't know. I heard it. The heart beating under ice. I've heard that very thing, but never more than a single beat at a time. The cracking, waking the noises in the east. I went. The captain brought him here to find it. The hand in the night. Shadow of claws. The darkness shrinks. I turned away. Just a moment. The pain, the claws, my back. So cold, so dark, under ice. Please, break the ice. Well, if one of you has an ice pick around... You rummage through the small pile of equipment in the snow. Most items are stuck fast in the ice, but inside a small backpack you find an old journal. Ah, great, more reading. Captain ordered us to make camp on the ice in the center of the lagoon. After we saw those lights in the ice, everyone's got treasure on their minds. Treasure hunting isn't exactly what the expedition was commissioned for, but given the captain gets the lion's share of whatever we find, it doesn't surprise me that he's willing to bend the rules a bit. And we'll start digging after the camp's done. Spent the day digging down in the ice. Shovels and ice picks. Can't remember the last time I was this tired. We were only allowed 2 short breaks all day. Down in the pit, as I rested with my back against the ice, I started hearing something. It was different to the sounds of the picks. They were short and sharp. This was a low rumble from deeper down. On my first break, it was occasional, only a few each minute. But my second break, it had quickened, like a heartbeat. It's like it's responding to the excavation, to the presence of us. The captain overheard me telling some others about the sound I heard in the pit. Before I knew it, I was in front of his desk. Sure, I was about to have my pay docked. To my great surprise, he seemed to know something of it already. He was keen on hearing it described, over and over. He wants me to help locate the source of it. When he pressed me on it further, I said that it did seem to be coming from the east. Tomorrow we're setting off to see if we can find it. Perhaps I'll get a bonus after this is done. All of you were so excited, unnerved by what was happening, but seemingly none of you thinking of danger. And also none of you thinking of equipment that could get you out of this situation, so I'm gonna go try and get some of this done for you, and come back with better gear. But if we come down this way, what might we find? Oh, yep, just a space for a shortcut, and oh no. Alright, let's get ourselves out of this. Yep. There we are. Now this right here presumably only acts as a distraction that will keep the thing at bay while we go and catch other fish, right? But maybe we should try it anyway, just to see. Yeah, it's basically all but telling us that that's the case, so I think I'm just gonna keep the money and get on out of here. Night has fallen, and who knows if you'll be able to after EQ, but I can certainly hear that heartbeat. Alright, we now have the last of the necessary pieces, and there we go. That's everything. Let me just warm my hands up a little, and I'll get started. Oh, no, wait, no. Ah, I hate it when it does this time skip automatically. You make my stuff stale. Alright, I think that should do it. The front of your ship can now break through chunks of ice. Go ahead and test it out. I'll be watching from here. Alright, well, that sounds like a forced science type of attitude. But it's all still fresh. Alright, off you go. Oh, I forgot to mention. Just let me know if you want to temporarily remove that icebreaker. I can swap it out at any of my pontoons. Is there any reason why we wouldn't want it? Well, look, the regular basic ol' fishing pole is capable of coastal fishing, so we can just slap that right in there without even removing anything. I've been looking through the schematics we found before, and there are plans here for another device too. They're for an ice shaper. That's different to your icebreaker, by the way. It's for cutting chunks of ice. If you find the missing device, I'll be able to use the machine to harvest ice blocks for refrigeration. The blocks of ice can be packed into your cargo to slow fish spoilage. Awesome. Okay, and that's what it looks like. Cool. But I've got bigger fish to fry right now. Actually, in the meantime, I'm going to head out and grab some of those coastal fish to see if we can placate the robed figure. Yeah, out of all of these regions so far, this one definitely feels the most Lovecraftian. And not just because it concerns not only our expedition into the icy unknown, but the failed attempts of a previous one. But it also, like, it's so much spookier being able to hear, little by little, what this place actually seems to be. That we're slowly learning that it's not just a weird place, it's not just the Narwhal, that there's actually something much greater going on just beneath the surface. That this place isn't dead, it's dormant. Well, let's see what you can offer us. Not even a chance, char. These hardy fish thrive in deep lakes and cold oceans. While their appearance can vary, they commonly exhibit a brilliant red body. Alright, today is the day we try out this icebreaker. And it doesn't seem to be a new tool, seems like it's just something we can do now, huh? And there it is, affixed straight to the front of us. Well, let's try it. Boom, boom, and boom, boom, boom. Nice. Not only that, you can seem to destroy these, like, loose floaters as well. Okay, that is a huge help to us. And we can be of huge help to future expeditions as well. Now we know that there's something hidden over here. I bet we can do that. But first, what are you guys? Are you something new? Nope. Okay. If I checked with the thing, I could see. You're here. Oh, you're the pick that we can use to break out our buddies. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll break out the captain last, since he's the one who doesn't want to be let out. And he's a total buzzkill! Well, that could have gone badly. I think I'll make my escape by making escape easier for everyone else. Ooh, wait, can we potentially get an aberration of you? Same as we've already seen. Yeah, I'm fishing and you can't stop me. Alright, we'll go out a different way from how we came in. Just so that we have the ability, and there is something here as well. Yep, there it is. Well, we're just gaining all kinds of abilities today, aren't we? Can the Narwhal get me here? That is the next question, and I hope to finish before we find out! Kind of sounds like he still can do something, so I'm just gonna head on over here. There's just such a cascade of progress the second we're able to break that ice. So, if we head into the ice shaper place, we can do that. You really found it! How on earth do you actually locate that stuff down there in the deep? Oh, the big glowing pillar helps. Anyway, let me slot this blade in here and... yeah, that seems right. And I think it's ready to start cutting. Blocks of ice coming right up. That works pretty well. Here, these are on the house. Durability 100% extends the shelf life of fish and other blocks. More ice is more effective up to a point. From now on, I'll be able to stock some of these at my pontoons. Thanks, partner. Ooh. But now, I think what we should do is head out at night, actually, and see if we don't get different coastal fish during the dark. There we are. Maybe we can try and get aberrations on you guys? That's an aberration. In 1920, this place is slowly turning into annihilation. Bubbling char. Seared flesh forms the mantle of an incandescent core. Water boils into the air around it. Well, we can break through here as well. All kinds of stuff in this direction. More chars, more prophecies. Yeah. And there's that claw. As well as another of these guys. Oh, they're probably single use. If there's more than one and it's still counting them as objectives. Okay, well, at least we'll have the ability to cut them loose. Ooh, wait. What is this? This is something different. A translucent spire of ice stretches down into the darkness. A pulsing glow rises from the deep, illuminating 4 round sockets. It wants something entirely new. Alright, well, we'll try and complete that. But in the meantime, let's continue breaking ice with our icebreaker. Yep. Here we are. Here you are. Let's talk business. Now, this is actually really involved. Okay. Let's break it. Silence it. You must shatter. Can do. You strike hard against the center of the shard where the shadowy shape appears darkest. A deep crack chases upwards, cleaving away fragments that fall and shatter. And we set your spirit free. And reveal whatever that is. The structure peels open, split to its core. A glistening stone lies cradled by broken shapes, wispy threads of starlight trailing from it. A frozen heart. This is what lures them, and that's how we know where to find them from the sound. A brilliant crystal of pure ice. Gossamer filaments of radiant light drift from within. So that's what we're here for. That's what it's all about. Alright, continue clearing paths. Makes this so much easier. And maybe we even try and see what's at the center there. Yep, this is definitely our way in. There we go. God, that's satisfying. You're something new. Sleeper shark. Oh, you're a long boy. Gliding through the cold, dark depths, this shark is an excellent stealth predator. Individuals can live in excess of 400 years of age. I think I remember reading about something like that. I believe it was, shut up phone, I believe it was Greenland sharks. Oh yeah. I guess we could have found you before. But, you know, we didn't. Not only that, somebody got all the way to you. What the heck? On one of your eyes closed and remained closed. One open for each heart that's out there. Well, with this, there'll only be one more of these things missing. I thought at first that those were the sounds of, like, seabirds, but now they sound more like pained shrieks. Here in the middle, where these ice cliffs are at their tallest, completely hidden in the middle of this impenetrable fortress. Southern Locust. A monstrous visage peers from an icy tomb. A sound of anger lashes from within. Murderer, betray your men, left us here, your sleepless god. The voice abates. Wait, your shadow, it speaks. Another shape, please, save us all. Find the axe, undo this. The betrayer. Who are you? First officer. Safety of the crew. Failed them. Should have. Cursed place. Find the axe. What happened? The men. Saw lights. Southern cliffs at night. Captain and I would look into. We rode alone. He was restless. Sleepless. We passed walls of ice. Finally arrived. The Great Horn into view. The words drift in, some carried away on the wind. Pulled ashore. Quickly. The size of it. The light. Somehow he knew. Eyes were wild. He was whispering. Answering. He said, it chose him. Alone. Avert my eyes. Could not help but look upon. We fought. Cold hands, an iron grip. Breathless. Maybe that fight, the one in the rocks, actually refers to yours. Actually dramatizing it to, like, biblical proportions. But we might as well ask, elephant in the room, what is that thing in the ice? The shape in the ice shrinks into itself. I know not. The eyes open, watching, shadow of shadow, through the ice. Yet more, closed still. It cannot arise, break the ice, cull the heart. Well, let's set you free. And once more an eye closes, I see now we're putting you back to sleep. And we get another of these hearts. We have the means to get one more. But, I think we'll save the captain for last. Quite notably, the first officer came here with the captain, yet the captain returned alone. Okay, how are our catches holding up? 60%? Okay, so as long as they're there, everything stays. We don't have much more room. Let's try and make our way out of here. Dash through all of these. Oh, why would we want to take this thing off? What are the downsides? Break on through. Yep, you and your precious ice. I'm really curious to know what you guys will sell for. Yeah, $278 for a single sleeper shark. But now I'm curious, where haven't I been? And we awake to find that our ice is sadly nearly gone. We can always buy some more, but it's not really my priority at the moment. I have no idea how to find what it wants me to find for the robed guy. I mean, I didn't want to wait until the end to get whatever he's going to give us, but I also can't wait forever to finish this. Anything in the trap? Nothing new. Whoa, you're surfacing very close. Oh, and you navigate by surface scent. That seems counterproductive for a nautical creature. Excuse me, I'm trying to... Oh, there's the last one. I'm just trying to free your victims one by one. And after this, the only one left will be the captain. Alright. You are you. And doop-de-doop. And the power wanes. Killing gods is easy. Once more, just that one stubborn eye keeping you awake. I understand. I'm a light sleeper as well. Things need to be just so. Now, if we just bust on through here and do this, we should be good. Alright, Captain, time's up. You may not want it, but, I'm out here and you're in there. Boatswain, gone. Fearful boy. The skies, we remain. The consequences, inherited. I'm sure your otherworldly ramblings are nothing I need to concern myself with. Here you go. You strike hard against the center of the shard where the shadowy shape appears darkest. And away you go. It's the same dialogue for all of them. And you just rest your pretty little head. Oh, you're a big narwhal. I realize that now. And what's a narwhal without its horn? Nothing. Nothing but a big old baby manatee. The structure peels open, split to its core. And once more, we get a heart. That's all four. And we can get something from there, but we also have the ability to place something in that structure that was over there. Over here. Just make a note of where that is. We have all we need now. The glowing light intensifies, feeding into the four stones. A web of light grows between them, connecting, rejoining, uniting, for which we get the radiant trawl net. A nice high aberration bonus, and perfect for this kind of fishing. Another aberration. Hinged wolffish. Teeth interlock through flesh to create a brutish trap. Countless yet will meet their doom in the deep. Oh, it's because we can actually only find this thing by trawling. So we actually couldn't get that guy's reward until we did all that. Alright, so let's put this in. There we are. And now we can do all this. Let's drop that net and see what we can do. Alright, we're getting something. How do we see them? Net. Yeah, we're mostly just catching stuff we already have. We are in an ice zone, though, because we're catching ice fish. You stay on. Ooh, we got something new. Colossal squid. We even got an achievement for that one. Hang on. Wow, you're a big boy. With hooked arms and tentacles, these massive squid grapple with the giants of the deep. Okay, well, the hooded man cannot have this one. In fact, I'm super curious to know just what we'll actually get for this. Let's pull up that net. What have you got for me? The colossal squid is worth 205. That's going to be somebody's good eating. 507 for everything we had in our cargo. There we go. We got ourselves a stargazer. Which means that now we need only head straight through this place. To this way a little more. Yep. And get back to that guy. The cool thing that I've only realized way too late is that we can essentially use crab pots like as beacons to navigate with. And it couldn't hurt to catch a few more things along the way. This passage is narrow. Ow! Been so annoyed if we lost it. Alright, buddy. Fresh catch of the day. Let's see what you've got for me. Head into the net. We've got 2, so we'll be able to sell one. Eyes turned upwards, it lies in ambush, looking to the sky for falling food. Yeah, I mean, it's got the same look as a pug, waiting for scraps to be dropped from the dinner table, so I guess that makes sense. And my description's got a lot less ominousness to it, though. Oh, it's got to be aberrated. Alright. Well, I guess we keep going, then. And the good news is that this particular net actually has a higher chance of catching aberrations. Only 5% more, but we do also have that really creepy artifact we got at the end of the previous game, and that is boosting things as well. In fact, if we have a look, we should be able to see that our total aberration bonus is 8%. There we go. Craterous Seer. Hang on, wait, what are you? A bright eye spins inside an impacted socket. An answer from above. I really gotta wonder if it's me myself who's coming up with these descriptions, like my character, I mean. Because if so, he really knows how to, well, see beyond seeing. Ow! Okay, well, that seemed hardly fair. Hey, bud. Fall to the deep... Yeah, I got your stupid thing. Here you go. Hope it tastes as bad as it looks. The figure places the body of the stargazer in the center of the crushed sea stars. They angle its cratered eye to the sky. Attention still fixed on the gruesome pile of fish in front of it. The hooded figure gestures to a book on a nearby rock. Your payment. As you leave, the figure is still focused on the grim fish, adjusting its position, waiting, adjusting, over and over. Not even gonna bother to explain what you're doing, eh? A book of astral symbols. Okay, well, there's a page turner for us. So that we can get this book done and see what it does, we're gonna take the scenic route to go see what that sleeping god gave us. And I guess just take a moment to appreciate all that's going on here. I suppose this will serve as a sort of outro. I love this DLC. I love this location. I love the way it integrates with the game. Because even though it doesn't so much integrate with the main story, like we're not looking for an artifact here, it serves so well as just something to encounter on the way to the final objective. Not only because it gives you upgrades and knowledge that are useful in actually pursuing the main one, but because it's just so cool for it to be able to tell a story that is separate from what it was doing before. I mean, every location kind of told a story all its own, a story of some creature that inhabits the space you're going to. But this one I feel like it had the opportunity to be a bit bigger, a bit more involved, and ultimately a bit more subtle. I mean, all of this so Lovecraftian in nature, all caused by the mistakes of people in the past whose shadows we speak to, if not directly, all because they decided to follow the whispers that they heard in the ice on this expedition. It seems like we can dredge our final drudgery and see what was gifted to us. You can't even see the thing in the ice anymore. Yeah, this one's a bit more difficult, and night is surely falling. Orus Anchor. A fragment of a golden, splintered horn. Discordant buzzing fills the surrounding air. It yearns for the deep. Cast this overboard to create a reusable two-way portal to Blackstone Isle. So it's a wherever we want fast travel. Okay, we'll definitely be checking this out. And of course, that place, Blackstone Isle, seems to hold like a mystical significance. But there's no getting rid of you, is there? Alright then. Why not try it? It doesn't seem to appear in here. We have to do it from our inventory. There you are. You will go down. That portal is now here. It doesn't seem to mark it on our map. And travel. Ah, that is so cool. That would have been so useful in the rest of the game. And haha, just in time, later, sucker. Yeah, I don't think you can come through, but I'm kind of paranoid now, so I'm going to go ahead and retrieve that anchor. That is so cool. I love how this game has such deep lore around everything. Your ship, your character, the characters around you, the islands you explore. And now even our anchor has a story, literally retrieved from the remains of a sleeping god. I'm just sailing around more to get this book done, but I also wanted to talk about the fact that I think something H.P. Lovecraft understood is that a lot of things become scarier, not only because they're left to your imagination, which of course gets talked about all the time, but from the delivery method of being told to you secondhand. I mean, this is a place where the only direct threat we really face are the elements themselves and the Narwhal which is, as we find out partway through, not even the main threat. This whole thing is the frozen remains of some potentially world-ending deity. And the only reason it has any presence in the story is because, well, we're around here speaking to the remnants of its old rampage, of its old attempts to break free, all while trying to avoid making the same mistake. And that is cosmic horror. Something which we don't even have the opportunity to engage with directly, and our mind would probably break just like these poor saps if we did. It's worth mentioning that these stories are told in such a way where, even though I've put how many hours into this game at this point, literally completed the main game, I still find myself approaching new scenarios with the utmost caution. Because even though I know at this point that the game isn't difficult, I still believe it is and think that every little thing is going to kill me. And that is definitely good storytelling if you can make me feel that sense of danger, even as I'm so familiar with the mechanics. There we go, Book of Astral Symbols. Just in time to be claimed by the madness of the sea. Wait, where do we see what that did? 10%? Wait, no. There we go. Adds 4% to aberration catch chance. Neato. Well, anyway, I'm definitely going to keep messing with these catches here. But until next time, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Provided I'm not claimed by the sea. Ooh, wait, we got something else. Pale Grasper. Oh, you're huge. Hands of ice reach upward, a sharp hoarfrost blooming across whatever they touch. Oh, what do you sell for? Great, wait. You don't look to be of this era. Now let's pull this up. You vanish before my eyes, and next thing I know, I hear your horn from somewhere else within there. Sometimes the creepiest things aren't the things that attack you, they're the things that just come and go. And something slithers into our cargo, so we're gonna wanna finish this quickly. Okay, good, it was just you. Get on out of there. What are you worth? 572 for you alone. We're gonna be selling 1,200. This might be my biggest haul ever. Alright, well, I already did my outro. Goodbye, everyone. I am rich.